Everybody by now should be very well aware that the next time we see majority of the Guardians of the Galaxy will be in the upcoming Thor Love and Thunder. And recently, the director of the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, James Gunn, talked a little bit about the connective tissue and discussion he's had with the director of Thor in regards to the direction of the Guardians. So when it comes to Thor Love and Thunder, we understand that whatever happens in that movie, in regards to character development for the Guardians, if something major happens, it has to translate on over into what is being done in Guardians 3. Now, by the end of the film, we don't know if maybe a character could die or a character could go off on their own and not be a part of the next film, which of course could be a problem if James Gunn was not aware of some of these changes. And this goes all the way back to the likes of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, where he knew most of the things that were being done, but there was a couple of things that he was still a little bit in the dark for, like for example what happens with Gamora. So recently James Gunn did talk a little bit about Taika Waititi's approach in regards to using the Guardians in Thor Love and Thunder, saying that he got to read the script, Taika got to read his script, and they sort of, just shared thoughts and made sure that they were on the same page with where the characters would end up, so there's not a whole lot of problems. Now, I think this is honestly great, and it sort of lends you a look into that Marvel Studios mentality and how they're able to pull off things like this by being generally on the same page. And we've seen before that they have those discussions, and we've heard recently that the directors are talking to each other, trying to make sure that nobody directly contradicts or steps on something that the other person is doing. And that it's a collaborative project, if you will, to make sure that everything conforms to one cohesive storyline that's in the MCU. Because they don't want to find themselves in a scenario where, let's just say, for example, in Thor Love and Thunder, Star-Lord decides that he doesn't want to be called Star-Lord anymore, and he also decides that he's done with the Guardians for the time being. We come to Guardians 3, he's called Star-Lord again, and he's talking with half of them, and we're like, wait a second, I thought he had a problem with those guys, because isn't that what the movie said? Again, Marvel Studios is trying to give directors leeway while also making sure everybody talks to each other, and everybody can still sort of have an idea of where the next guy is going, so they're not directly contradicting things that are happening. And this could be argued that we saw some of this earlier on in the MCU, like for example the ending of Iron Man 3 and the opening of Age of Ultron. Hey Iron Man, I thought you were done. Didn't you literally throw the never mind.